Islam, some of the scholars are of the opinion if somebody is abstaining from food, drink, and the intimate relationship, but they still backbiting, for example, or lying, their fast is not counted, and they need to make for that fast. And that might sound strict, but to be honest, this is one of the aims of the fasting, is to get the best out of ourselves, is to improve ourselves in all ways. Because again, all of what I have mentioned to you is based on three principles in the Islamic worship system. The first one, about God, a connection to Him. The second is about connecting ourselves to the beauty, to the universe. And the third is serving. The first one is about to know God, to love Him, and to obey Him. How can I love someone without knowing him or her? Do you really fall in love with someone you never knew? Unless this is only about the hormones. It's not love. Love is beyond that. Well, that could be part of it, but it's not all of it. So when we talk about knowing God, that means when I know Him, I know His, and when I say Him, is not like him and her, is not about gender too. This is the limitation of our language. Because He created the genderism. So He's beyond that. To know Him through His beautiful names, the most gracious, the most merciful, the sovereign, the pure, the peace, the one who gives safety, the source of beauty. And the Quran describes God as the unique, the eternal, whom everybody needs Him and He needs no one, never begets nor begotten, and none, yes, none is comparable to Him. So you can go and dream and imagine. Whatever imagination is wrong, because He's beyond that imagination and He is beyond comprehension. To know God, and if you really know Him, you would love Him. And once you love Him, you will obey Him. If God tells me don't drink, right? If I go like, no, I just really like drinking, right? It's a challenge. If I like drinking, it's going to be a challenge. Why actually God is telling me to do and not to do? In Islam, in the worship system in Islam, that doesn't mean that God is controlling us, humiliating us as if it is a game. No. It's more about me becoming better, so He's telling me not to do and do for my own benefit. I was astonished last night watching the program on the TV, and the program said that 50% of the time of the British police is spent on booze, people who have no problem with drinking. 50%. How much that would cost? How much the taxpayer paying for this, right? With due respect to the traditions and the customs of the country and even drinking habits, but as a Muslim I see that, well, I understand now why it's not halal or it's not allowed in my religion. So once I love Him, I will obey Him. This is one. The second principle is to beautify the universe. So the Muslim is supposed to be a source of beautification of the universe, not otherwise. And when the Muslims understood that quite well in different stages of history, they made their environment the best and the atmosphere very nice around families, the environment, ecology. Andalusia or Spain is not far from you, as an example. That they started to mastered the necessities, everything is fine. They mastered the needs, they went to the more cosmetic things in life, producing perfume and lavender and the like. Why? Because life started to become easier, they started to grow in civilization. Beautification of the universe would include being aware of my surroundings and not abusing the creation of God, believing that I am trusted with it, not in control of it in an abusive way or based on an abusive relationship that I am the man, I have the intelligence, I can do whatever I want. No, I cannot do whatever I want. I need to be sensible when dealing with the creation, because this is have been given in trust, and if I don't, I am harming myself before even harming whatever the animals plantation. If you reflect over this, how we have a connection with the environment as humans, forget about religion for a second. We are exhaling carbon dioxide. The trees are inhaling the carbon dioxide and giving us oxygen. Can you see this relationship between me and the trees? If I become abusive to those trees, what is going to happen? And that's why the Prophet Muhammad, even at the time, the very difficult time of war, told his companions, don't cut a tree. Don't cut off a tree. Don't kill an animal for fun. Again, not far from here, somewhere in Europe, people enjoy, right, having that whole killing a bull or having the bull. What do you call this kind of a sport?
Bullfighting.
Bull fighting. This is very nasty. It's not nice. And with due respect to the people of Spain, but I don't like this. Now, as a Muslim, the Prophet saw the companions aiming at a chicken. They said, "You're not allowed to do this." He found another group just getting different roosters to fight each other. He said, "This is not allowed." So he came to change this mentality of human beings. And the third principle and last is serving the creation, not human creation. Muslims and non-Muslims, animals and plantations. So, you know God, you love God, you obey Him, 1. 2, you beautify the universe. 3, you serve the creation. I'd like to just highlight or leave you with a story to contemplate with in Ramadan, a few minutes, inshallah. This is about Abraham, Sayyidina Ibrahim. So it's about the Abrahamic Foundation. Let me just leave you with something, food for thought for myself and you. Sayyidina Ibrahim is Abraham is quite a special character to just the three main religions. One day he was worshipping God in his tent and busy praying to God, and this old man came passing by, he greeted him, and he said, "Would you please host me for the night and give me some food? I'm a traveler." Abraham looked at him and said, "Do you believe in God?" The man said, "No, I don't believe in Him." So Sayyidina Ibrahim said to him, "If you don't believe in God, can't be staying under the roof of my tent, nor you would be eating my food." The man left him. He went back to pray. The revelation came to him. Sayyidina Gabriel said to him, "Allah is saying to you, Ya Ibrahim, O Abraham, I've been taking care of this old man for all of his life. Wouldn't you just be able to host him for a night?" So he blamed him. So Abraham decided to run after the man. He kept looking for him in different directions. He spent a lot of time till he found him quite far from his tent. He told him, "I'm sorry. I wasn't nice to you, and my God actually blamed me that I've done this to you." He said, "Then your God is a good God." He said, "Would you please come back to the tent and spend the night with me, and I offer you something to eat and something to drink?" He said, "No, I'm quite far." He said, "Well, I'm ready to carry you on my back." So he carried him on his back to the tent. Look at this kind of mannerism, that when I do something wrong, I can actually correct and rectify myself. That was a prophet of God. He carried him back to the tent. That's me. Thank you very much.
Today has been really interesting, and it's interesting to see people breaking their fast.
Nice to see so many people. I'm not really good at social situations like this, but I'm pleased to see that so many people are so friendly here.
Everyone's been really welcoming, really friendly. It's just been really nice to meet a load of new people and share Iftar with everyone.
I think it's really important to get an understanding of cultures and beliefs.